One of the major things that separates the 5%er from the 95% crowd is knowing what to do and knowing what not to do. Stay tuned. Hello again, everyone. I'm Eli's dad with Project Eli, where we educate, we lead, we inspire. Last time we got together, we were on this track about things not to do. And just as a quick review, number one was to follow the majority. Number two was to figure life out by a certain age. Number three was to be so sensitive that you get offended at everything. And we're ready to start with number four, which is going to college. Now this is something, before I get into the article again, once again the article is by a gentleman named Louis Rahil, R-A-H-I-L, big shout out to him. This is something that, I personally was focused on for Eli, my son, but he taught me a lesson. I did a little research into it, and the key thing is, what is the purpose of college? Is to figure out what you want to do to get prepared to get the training that you need to do it. So college is a tool. College is not the end all, it's a tool. So while college may be great for some people, for other people, it's not the best thing. So let's get right to the article, things not to do that society is telling you to do. Number four, once again, go to college. Here's a quote from Ivan Illich. Quote, "School is the advertising agency which makes you believe that you need the society as it is." Unquote. We have been conditioned to believe that college is a requirement for a good life from an early age. This thought has been drilled into our brains by our parents and teachers. As a result, society has brainwashed everyone to believe that obtaining a college degree is the only respectful choice after high school. The school system has one job: to deliver obedient workers, obedient citizens, and obedient realists. If you want to be an entrepreneur, all of these things will harm your chances. So be a dreamer, dream crazy dreams, and go to work. Things have changed in the last 30 years. Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Ellen DeGeneres, Mark Zuckerberg, Rachel Ray, and many more dropped out of college to create amazing products and change the world. They changed the rules and they created companies that continue to shape how we live. If you know what you want to do and it does not need a degree, don't go to college. Do it. That's a lesson, I'm making an aside here, that my son Eli taught me. Point number five, hide your depression and anxiety. Once again, these are things society wants you to do. Here's a quote from Tipper Gore, wife of former Vice President Al Gore. Quote, "We know that mental illness is not something that happens to other people. It touches us all. Why then is mental illness met with so much misunderstanding and fear?" Unquote. Depression is a serious illness that impacts millions of people in the world. It seems that every year we lose a few famous people and millions of others to mental illness. And the hard thing about this fact is this: if you ask people who are close to the depressed people, they would say, quote, "I didn't know he or she was depressed," unquote. Robin Williams made us all laugh. Marilyn Monroe entertained the nation. Kate Spade founded one of the most recognized fashion brands in the world. Anthony Bourdain introduced us to global cuisines, and many more struggled with depression and anxiety, but most of them were not open about their struggles because of social stigma. Most of the people who complain about their mental illness have been blamed for their condition. It's hard for some people to believe that Robin Williams, who made us all laugh, could have been depressed. But unfortunately, this stigma prevents people from seeking the help they deserve or talking freely about their struggles. I know how it feels because I struggled with anxiety, and I did not talk about it until recently. This is the author saying this, not I. I'm no longer afraid or care to hide my struggles. So if you're going through a tough time, find someone to talk to or message me. Point number 6, things not to do. Accumulate material things. Quote from David Robinson, the Admiral, Basketball Hall of Famer. Quote, your peers will respect you for your integrity and character, not your possessions. Unquote. Let me share with you a few of my unpopular thoughts. Ambition is not a desire to accumulate material possessions, and success is not a number you deposit into your bank account. Likewise, an engagement ring should not indicate commitment, and the size of the rock should not symbolize the love shared between the two people. None of the things you own will give you long-term contentment or joy. Society conditioned us to search for happiness by accumulating more stuff or to compare ourselves with our neighbors or celebrities. There's a reason Keeping Up with the Kardashians is a popular TV show. Marketing agencies want you to imitate the Kardashians' lifestyle, and they want to convince you that you will be happy if you have their wealth. Likewise, online retailers spend millions of dollars to entice you to spend more money. Therefore, they study your behavior so that they can sell you more things. If you want to reach real success, start thinking better and not more. You should aspire for a better home and not a bigger house. Stop following the masses and do not be afraid of stepping out of marketer influence. Point number 7, things not to do that society is pointing you to do. Number 7, saying yes to everyone. Quote, when you say yes to others, make sure you're not saying no to yourself. And that's from Paulo Coelho. Society wants you to feel guilty every time you say no to other people. Rebels know that to create a life worth sharing, they have to say no to certain demands from their family, friends, or coworkers. However, saying no to some people will hurt their feelings and impact your relationships with them. So say no anyway. Establish your boundaries, define your emotional and mental space, and not let people cross these boundaries. Unquote, singleness of purpose. Your boundaries are critical to your success. It's easy for me to say no because I know my boundaries. However, if you ask me to compromise my integrity, the answer is no. If you want me to place your needs before my family's needs, the answer is no. I have boundaries, so it's easy for me to say no. Society does not want me to say no, but I say it anyway. And here's a bonus one. Get offended by my list. This is from the author. Society has been conditioning us to get offended by anything we disagree with. I say, screw that. I don't doubt that my list will offend some people. I'll receive angry messages from people who disagree with me. After all, I offended them. I have a choice to be offended by their harsh words or not to give a hoot. I will let you guess which one I will choose. Be a rebel and follow your map. Now you have a choice. Be a rebel or be offended by my list. The choice is yours. Once again, tremendously good article. And I just tell you who it is again. It was written by Louis Rahil. Big shout out, R-A-H-I-L. Great article. And remember always, don't ration the passion, fashion the passion. I'm Eli's dad.